Retreat means retract. Retract from our usual chores. Everyone is so busy fighting the day-to-day battle in our life. We are all embroiled in fighting the day-to-day battles. Everyone has become a firefighters. We are so busy dousing the fire around, and we are so busy, we have no time to reflect on how we are traveling in our life. We are so busy dousing the fire around. We have our approach to life, it's a firefighting mechanism. No time to reflect. We are so busy in handling the day-to-day challenges. Life is not meant to be like that. We are not just a firefighters. We should be able to contemplate on building a fire barrier in our life. How fire won't come and take over our life. We should be able to contemplate, how can I build a fire wall in my life so that I need not have to be hitting the panic button all the time. How I can build a fire wall, for that retreat is a must. Retreat means retract. Retract, if you are in a battlefield, always busy on an offensive strategy, always you are taking offensive strategy in your life. There is no time for you to build a defensive mechanism. You should have a time to build a defensive mechanism in your life. Retract. When a lion is walking in the path, lion, after walking for a while, pauses and turns its neck behind to see the path it has come in. The lion stops, turns its neck 180 degrees. That is called as lion's gaze. In Sanskrit, it is called as Simha avalokana. Simha avalokana, like a lion, we have been so busy. Whatever is our age, we should be able to pause, reflect on the path we have come up to here. So, is it a right track? Should I make any correction in my path? So that I can make any correction in my path and change the course of my life. Retreat is a must. We have to retreat to reflect on the course of our life. It's from the day-to-day life, time to time, we should withdraw, disengage from the normal chores to reflect. This retreat, it's a minor one. For that, we also every year organize retreat elsewhere up in the Himalayas. This is a minor one, half a day and 1 day. And in Himalayas, other places, we go out to be in tune with the nature. We are not at all connected. We have forgotten about our family. We have forgotten about our children. We have forgotten about our property. We have forgotten about our job. Something to contemplate on, we go. That when we are going, and recently we went to the Himalayas, about 35 people went from here. People are well prepared. Some of them, they said they carried 5 jackets. Some carried 3 pairs of shoes, and hoodies, gloves, and shoes, and thermals, and people took insurance, and goggles, and well prepared for the trip. And when they went there, most of them forgot why they have come. They are so busy in their own affair. They have forgotten with whom they are going with. Why they are going with that person to there, they have forgotten. They are so busy, caught up in their own chores. So that is retreat. You may be going to Himalayas, it cannot be a retreat. Retreat, so focused. Why I have come here? With whom I have come? What was the purpose? Intention behind my retreat, that when you go there, you can make best use of your time, retreat, reflect to contemplate. Like when you are looking at a Himalayas, so magnanimous. The mountains are so magnanimous. So looking at the Himalayas itself, it's a beauty. Snow-capped. The wise Himalayas, if you look at the Himalayas, the peak of the mountain is snow-capped. Snow-capped, indicating it is very cool. It is able to stand that tall because it is very cool at the top. We are so hot, head is so hot, we are so restless. We don't know how to settle in our life. So busy running around, and anxiety, depression. So head is heated up. This is not Himalayas. Uttame Shikare. In the mantra says, your Shikara, your Shira, it should be very calm, very seen. How people are from all over the world are moving towards the Himalayas to gaze at its grandeur. Because at the top, it is so cool, so calm. We also in our life must learn to be calm and serene. When we are calm and serene, and on the Himalayas, so many saints, so many sages go there, sit for contemplation. Why? Why they want to sit? They want to absorb the coolness from Himalayas. I also want to be cool in my life. When I am so calm and serene, I can think of the course of life I want to take. There is a proverb, the Chinese proverb is there. If you are planning for a year, grow rice. If you are planning for a decade, plant trees. If you are planning for generations, inspire, motivate people to change the course of life. We, those who are only contemplating on day-to-day living, that person is called as a slave. That person, nothing but is only worried about day-to-day living. I ask people to come and join yoga. People say, I am so busy, sir. In the scripture, they call that person is a slave. It's not a leader. Those who can think ahead, not day to day, ahead is called as a leader. Those who think beyond, that not just tomorrow, day after tomorrow, they think ahead, the plan ahead, and think of the next generation. That person is called as a visionary. A visionary alone can motivate us to change the course of our life. Alone can help us move from firefighting attitude to help bridge build a firewall in our life. Alone can help in building a firewall. Firewall, retreat in a life is a must. We must move from our slave attitude. We have to move towards the visionary in our life through becoming a leader. Leader at home itself, if the parents are slaves, what do you expect from the children? The children also will be a slave. That if you want to, there should be a visionary must be there at home also. Not busy every day. I am busy, sir. I am busy. I can't come to the yoga. That if the visionary is not there at home, the children cannot get motivated. There should be a visionary At home, there should be a leader at home. You should move away from the attitude of the firefighting approach in your life. When you move away from the firefighting approach, you can think calm, you can think good, you can handle the things well in your life. Things well in the life. You retreat now. The many families, children have come. So the message for the retreat is the most important person in your life is you. Most important, you have to invest time for yourself every day. Not your boss, not your husband, not your wife, not your children, not your parents. They are not important. The most important person in your life is you. Unless you are well, you cannot look after others. In the aeroplane, they say, in case of emergency, put on the oxygen mask onto yourself. If you want to help others, there may be 2 casualties. To overcome that one, it says, look after yourself. Enrich your being. When you are enriched yourself, you are of value for yourself and value for others. Every day, that say to yourself, that I have to look after ourselves. In your life, you must have a role model. Role model, in the earlier times, people used to, the parents used to talk to the children, tell the children of the stories of great achievers. Now, the parents are so busy firefighting, they'll give some tablet or phone and play around and some TV cartoon. TV cartoon, babies will be watching whole day like zombies. There's no inspiring stories. No stories are told. The stories, you have to inspire the children. From the early age, inspire them. The Vivekananda's mother, Narendra's mother, used to tell the baby Narendra, inspiring stories. He used to get motivated. Shivaji's mother, Jijabai, used to tell him so many great stories. Get motivated. When I was a child also, I heard lot of stories from my grandfathers, my parents, and when I was still in a primary school, in a book I was reading about Krishna Devaraya. He was about 500 years old back, he was there, King Krishna Devaraya. I asked my father why I was still reading about him. There was a small statue of him in the book also, some photo. My father said he was a very generous king, great king. He did so much for the community. He looked after his subjects well. That is why you are still reading about him. At the same time, he said, even if you do something like that, you also must do. So that even after your time, people will remember you. When I was still in a primary, I still remember. At that time, I made a decision, I should be different. I should not follow the people. I should be unique. I should be special. That my father, what he said, it was still ringing at that time. I remember what he said. I should be something different. I should not follow the general public. So that made me, how I can be different. How can I be different? I don't want to be a crowd that when everyone following, I don't want to follow anyone. I want to create a path for others to follow. An ordinary person follows the path laid by others. A leader is the one, visionary is the one, lays the path for others to follow. So, I am in front of you because of the seed was planted by my father when I was still a child. He asked me to be different. He asked me to be different. So, some of you have brought your children also. You should motivate your children by setting an example. If yourself is only a firefighting in your life, you are hitting the panic button, screaming, shouting, what motivation you can bring it to your children? Become a leader. Leadership must dawn within. Leadership must dawn within. And you become a leadership, sow the seed of leadership in your next generation. Sow the seed of in your children, grandchildren. Bring out the great people in your family so that they become a source of inspiration for generations to come. May they travel anywhere in the world. May they be a source of inspiration for others. This retreat, the take-home message, how can I be different? In my class, 100 people, students are there. And in my university, thousands are there. And how can I stand out in the crowd? If you are just following others, you will be wiped out. You are just a number. I don't want you to become just a number. I want you to be someone extraordinary. If you are ordinary, this world has no space for ordinary. This world has no space for ordinary. Only the extraordinary will stand out. Ordinary will get wiped out unnoticed. Yoga makes you become extraordinary. For that, you have to invest onto yourself. Get connected with one who is inspired. By getting connected, you also get inspired, become someone extraordinary. Lie down on your back.